Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 488, The Storm Below. Intermediate. The North Sea roared beneath the oil rig Haven Bravo, its metal legs groaning against the wind. The crew had weathered storms before, but this one felt different. Jack Reynolds, the rig supervisor, checked the monitors in the control room. The storm wasn't the only problem. The communication systems had failed an hour ago. No radio, no satellite link. They were alone. "Mike, any luck with the radio?" Jack asked, rubbing his tired eyes. Mike Carter, the rig's electrician, shook his head. "Still dead. Could be the storm, but..." He hesitated. The interference started before the worst of the weather hit. A loud clang echoed through the rig, like something heavy had struck the platform. "What was that?" Sarah Lawson, the medic, looked up from her coffee. Jack grabbed a torch. "I'll check. Mike, keep trying the radio. Sarah, stay here." Outside, the wind howled, and freezing rain stung Jack's face. He shone his torch towards the lower deck. Nothing. Then movement. A shadow shifted near the storage containers. "Hello?" Jack called. No answer. He stepped closer. The torchlight flickered over a dark, wet shape on the deck. Not oil. Blood. His pulse pounded. "Who's there?" A figure lurched from the shadows, a man in torn overalls, his face pale, eyes wide with terror. It was Danny Walsh, one of the engineers. "Danny, what happened?" Jack grabbed his shoulders. Danny's lips trembled. "It's down there, in the water. It came aboard." "What came aboard?" Before Danny could answer, a deep guttural sound vibrated through the rig, like metal tearing, but alive. The deck shuddered. Then the lights went out. Back in the control room, Mike cursed. "Power's down. Backup generators should have kicked in." Sarah gasped. Outside the window, something massive slid past in the dark. A coil of thick, glistening something, scaled, muscular, wrapped around a support beam. The metal groaned under the pressure. Jack's blood turned to ice. "We need to get to the lifeboats now." They ran. The rig shook violently behind them. Pipes burst, spraying steam. Then came the screams. Other crewmen cut off suddenly. The lifeboat hatch was jammed. Mike pried at it with a crowbar. "Almost got it!" The deafening crash. The rig tilted. Sarah screamed as the deck behind them split apart. Something rose from the darkness. Tentacles, dozens of them, slick with seawater, lined with hooked barbs. A monstrous shape loomed, its body half submerged in the raging sea. A single massive eye, black as oil, fixed on them. The hatch gave way. "Go!" Mike shoved Jack and Sarah inside. As the lifeboat launched into the storm, Jack saw the rig collapse, dragged beneath the waves by the creature. Mike wasn't with them. The last thing he heard over the thunder was a sound like a ship's horn, but deeper, older, as if the sea itself was laughing. Vocabulary notes. Roared, verb, meaning to make a loud, deep sound like thunder, wind, or an animal. Example, the North Sea roared beneath the oil rig. Similar words, howled, bellowed, thundered. Groaning, verb, meaning a deep creaking sound, often from something under pressure. Example, its metal legs groaning against the wind. Similar words, creaking, moaning, straining. Weathered, verb, past tense, meaning to survive a difficult situation, often storms or challenges. Example, the crew had weathered storms before. Similar words, endured, withstood, survived. Interference, noun, meaning something that disrupts a signal or process. Example, the interference started before the worst of the weather hit. Similar words, disruption, disturbance, static. Lurched, verb, meaning to move suddenly and unsteadily. Example, a figure lurched from the shadows. Similar words, staggered, stumbled, swayed. Guttural, adjective, meaning a deep, harsh sound like an animal or monster. Example, a deep guttural sound vibrated through the rig. Similar words, gravelly, rasping, growling. Shuddered, verb, meaning to shake violently, often from fear or cold. Example, the deck shuddered. Similar words, trembled, quaked, vibrated. Coil, noun verb, meaning a twisted loop, noun, or twist into loops, verb. Example, a coil of thick glistening, something scaled, muscular, wrapped around a support beam. Similar words, spiral, twist, loop. Jammed, verb, past tense, meaning stuck and unable to move. Example, the lifeboat hatch was jammed. Similar words, stuck, blocked, wedged. Loomed, verb, meaning to appear large and threatening. Example, a monstrous shape loomed, its body half submerged. Similar words, towered, hovered, emerged. Pronunciation notes for key vocabulary. Roared, sounds like oared, like sword without the SW. Example, the wind roared like a lion. Groaning, sounds like grow-ning, rhymes with rowing. Example, the old door was groaning in the wind. Weathered, sounds like weathered. The EA sounds like feather. Example, the ship had weathered many storms. Interference, sounds like interference, stress on fear. Example, the radio had too much interference. Lurched, sounds like lurched, rhymes with searched. Example, the drunk man lurched forward. Guttural, sounds like guttural, stress on gut. Example, he made a guttural noise in his throat. Shuddered, sounds like shuddered, rhymes with muttered. Example, she shuddered in the cold. Coil, sounds like coil, rhymes with oil. Example, the snake formed a coil. Jammed, sounds like jammed, rhymes with rammed. Example, the door was jammed shut. Loomed, sounds like loomed, rhymes with boomed. Example, dark clouds loomed overhead. Tips for pronunciation practice. Break words into syllables, e.g., interference. Listen and repeat after a native speaker. Record yourself and compare it to the native speaker's speech. Story written by DeepSeek AI. Image created by Grok 3 AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.